Good morning, Singapore. It's a lovely Tuesday morning, made even lovelier by Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. It is Therapy Tuesday. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. Anyone told you that you're always a little bit OTT?
Oh, really? Well,
No,
that's me.
no one's told him that in the last 3 minutes.
How are you, Jerry?
And I'm good. And I really hats off to all of you who have, lost a dear one and still going strong. You're just epitomize the show must go on sort of spirit. So thank you very, very much.
Well, for those of you who are not familiar with Chris Ho, that's something that he has always said. And everyone who is close to him, right, knows this, right? He says, whatever happens, the show must go on.
Wow. Thank you. And yes, it was a little bit tough. I was going to be mean and do a grief piece today, but no, I'm going to Tai Chi over to next week.
That would have been good, actually. That would have been good because, many people, I think, find it hard to deal with the death of, someone close.
Yeah.
Should we do it? We have the study tip.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You've planned something else for us this morning. Sensorial studying.
So let's be mean to the kids now.
So you see, sensorial studying for kids who are facing their PSLEs and all is the same as dealing with grief, It's grief, what?
It is grief. It's a tough period.
It's a different sort of grief, I suppose. I get what you mean now. Yeah, but, it's so difficult for so many of them. I had a primary school girl yesterday, and I was like, wow, today is the first day. So it was yesterday. And I said, today is the first day of HBL. And she goes, no, I don't like HBL.
Oh.
And so we assume that all the children like HBL and they like to stay at home, but not all of them like it. Yeah. They find it so much more difficult to study.
And I can't imagine why they would I understand why they don't like going to school, but there are also so many reasons that they do like going to school because they get to see their friends, they get to eat what they want, they get to, focus if they want to focus and not if they don't. But at home, they're in a smaller environment, no friends, no snacking if their parents are like that. And they constantly see their parents because everyone's at home now, right?
Yeah, and mom and dad are continuously sitting there going study.
Yeah, but what are you doing?
But young kids don't think that way, though. I mean, when we were in primary school, we took every opportunity to try and skip school. It was only later on in secondary school that, we really enjoyed going to school.
Really?
We didn't want to stay at home. But if you think back, right? If you were in primary school right now, and you were living, during this time, and it was home-based learning. You can wake up a bit later, slightly You don't have to prepare, to go to school and all that. You'll be quite happy. But I think I would be quite happy.
I would.
But there's no skipping school.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But you don't have to
go and travel
prepare, put the uniform on,
look at people's faces
and all that. You do everything from the comfort of your home.
Yeah, I'll be in my boxes the whole day.
I mean, if anything, the parents right now are the ones under duress.
Suffering.
Yes,
they are the ones with grief.
Tell us what it's like, Jerry. I mean, you get to go to the office every day, but I'm sure there's some times that you do work from home. What's it like having the kids at home?
I fortunately or unfortunately, after the brief period at home during circuit breaker, I was back in the office already.
Okay, so fortunate for you.
Really, just a very, very brief period. But I had to prime the children not to open my door, not to sneak in behind me.
Yeah.
We see YouTube videos of people that are sneaking behind the parents. So I had to prime them. Don't scream too loud outside. If not, the mic will definitely pick up, and you're trying to console someone or you're trying to have a moment there, and then they start screaming. Oh my God, that's not very therapeutic, is it?
I think today's session should be for the parents, actually. Because I think they are the ones who are suffering, as a result of home-based learning. I mean, how many of you parents banged your head against the wall when
When
heard
they
the
heard.
announcement that it's back to home-based learning?
Yeah.
How many of you had? How many of you started binge drinking? After getting that news, many, I'm sure.
It's like, Mommy, can I have some of your lemonade? No, it's okay. I'll make you another glass.
This is mommy's iced tea.
When we come back, I'm going to stand up for the kids.
All right.
Aw.
Here's Guns N' Roses with Paradise City on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3.
Okay, I'm going to stand up for the kids.
Okay.
I know the parents have. I would hate to be a parent with home-based learning because I would be a tyrant.
Okay.
I would be terrible. And I don't think that's good for the kids. But I'm going to stand up for the kids. I think through this pandemic, I'm not going to say all the kids, but I'm going to say a fair number have come to the conclusion that going to school is actually the conducive environment to study,
Yeah.
and home isn't.
Yeah.
I dare say there's a fair number of kids who've realized that.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say, why don't we go for balance? Because there are benefits on both ends.
Okay.
And the little girl, I must tell you, I must complete this story. So I was really curious why she found it so distressing to be at home. Not because of the parent, not because of anything. She goes, the teachers have learned. And when we go to school, we only have 2 sheets of homework to do. When we have HBL, we have 10 sheets.
Since you're at home, everything is homework.
That'll do it. That'll make them choose,
Yeah.
to go to school rather than stay at home.
Burn down the house, man.
Such a deterrent, right? To stay at home. Like, just let me go back to school now.
So why is there so much more homework now than when they were in school? Is there no benchmark? Like,
I suppose some of the children do doze off during the Zoom because many of them switch off their videos. We have our videos on right now, but so many, students, and I'm sure across the different age group, including the ones in university, would switch off their videos and do something else.
Yeah.
I think it should be a prerequisite for all videos to be on. I don't get why they're
Yeah,
switching
you're
it
not
off.
allowed. School some more.
I would have thought you're not allowed to
Yeah,
switch off your video.
it's a classroom, right? I mean, you're physically there in school. Why shouldn't you be virtually there on the screen?
Well, sometimes they say, the background is very messy, but now there's virtual background.
Yes, no excuse.
Yeah. A variety of reasons actually. So,
I
bet
think
you
it's
some of them-
okay. If you think about it, right, Angel, one of the reasons I think why they allow the cameras to be off is because, things still need to go on in the household. And if you're talking about the majority of people who are staying in a flat, for example, maybe a 4-room flat or maybe even a 3-room flat and all that, if you were to leave the camera on, it means everything in the household has to stop. Because people are walking back and forth,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it can
Yeah,
be very,
yeah.
very distracting. Sometimes, parents need to do
things.
stuff, and maybe they're changing into their outfit or whatever. There's just no space, and so as a result of that, a little bit of privacy, they leave the camera off while their kid continues, with the lessons. You see.
But
I
what
know- I
about
know-
virtual backgrounds?
I mean, not everyone. Sometimes with people, virtual backgrounds. I mean, some of our bosses, I won't name whom. You can still see something happening in the background,
Moving.
right?
True. As long as somebody's moving there, you can see.
Did you
know what I
record
mean?
it?
We can see something behind. Sometimes when
Yeah, yeah.
when you move a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, you do get to see
Yeah,
it.
you get people. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's quite tough. I
well,
think that's why
yeah.
they're flexible in that sense. Jerry, sorry.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to say who's right, who's wrong. What's the benchmark? So it's I guess every organization have their own rules. So every school have their own rule. Every teacher have their preferences. But also because it's on the other side, like the students are in control whether they switch on or off their videos. Sometimes it is a control. I don't feel like switching on, so I don't switch on.
You can't force me. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't force me. So it's a lot of control there for the student themselves. Yeah. So all the teacher can do is, make sure you hand in your homework. And if you don't, are there repercussions? But that's the HBL. And they have to do HBL to study just before the examination. So that is quite a tough one for the primary school students.
It's horrible. It's a horrible time to be a student, actually.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
It is. And I think I hear the buzzing anxiety with parents and students where, the numbers are increasing. And more of them hear about their friends being in quarantine or stay home notice or COVID positive. And that is very scary because, it seems like the virus is creeping closer and closer. So they feel a little bit, worried, they feel scared, they feel apprehensive, and they have to deal with studying.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to sit and deal with your emotions. Please continue to study because that's your work. You need to do it.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Paradise City. What a great track right here on 1FM 91.3. We are live on The Big Show and The Big Show TV with Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. And this morning we're talking about sensorial studying. Now, Jerry, what exactly is sensorial studying?
Okay, the 5 senses. We have the 5 senses. And if you recall, Shaun, your own study experience, you see whether, you fit into any one of these. So the first one is taste. And some of us stress eat. We need something in our mouth all the time. And do you remember what sort of taste you like in your mouth? Do you remember?
Sweet.
Sorry?
Sweet.
Sweet. Mint.
Oh, yes. Remember we did the test with the box some months ago? Yes. Okay. Got that. Yeah.
Or some of them, want something that is a little bit savory. So it's like in their mouth,
Okay.
and they just keep it in their mouth, right? So sometimes they need to chew on something, they need to, suck on something, or they need to eat something. Okay. Yeah. So the type of food, the type of drinks, just take note of that. And then there is tactile, so touch. And some of them, we, enjoy having the rug under their
feet.
Or they rock their chair. Children, please don't rock your chair.
Yeah.
If you fall backwards, that's not so good. But that rocking sensation is actually very calming. So some of them, actually love to have a little bit of a vibration.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're very sensorial. So they love that sort of sensation. Some love to study with their belly on the floor. Yeah, and they just love that whole tactile experience. Belly on the floor, their feet kicked up, and they're kicking their feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never experienced that?
No, not me.
Like,
I think that's a girly thing.
No, I don't think so.
I've seen girls do that in
movies.
movies, They're always on their bellies.
Writing on their
and
diary, on their book.
Yeah,
like,
on the
writing
bed,
diary.
right?
Diaries,
On the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't see a guy doing that.
Yeah, no.
I don't recall. Yeah.
I've never seen a guy
That's the
studying. full stop.
movies, though. That's the movies.
Yeah,
In real
yeah.
life, it's different.
But I think it's a rather effeminate position to be in. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, just
That's a rather odd comment, Glenn.
but everyone knows it's true.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Dr.
the
Jerry?
belly flop. Actually, now that you say it, then no guys want to admit to it anymore.
No, the effeminate ones will still do it.
Oh, All right, let's move on.
Yes. Okay, smell. So, I'm not sure whether you had friends like that or teachers like that, but they always have a bottle of Vicks with them or a medicated oil.
Hong Yu.
Stuck in their nose.
In their pencil case.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every so often you smell, there's this smell that waves across the room.
I know. I don't know why, right? Medicated oil always reminds me of Malaysia. I don't know why. I'm like, I have
It's
no
the
idea
it's the
why.
kind of scent that isn't nice unless you're unwell.
Well,
You know, that kind of mentholated, unless you're not feeling well or
Yeah.
something, then it smells awful.
But I love X oil though.
Yeah, he loves it.
I really do.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know what it is. What it is I love about X oil, but I don't use it all the time. But if I have a headache or whatever, yeah, I would love.
No,
some
but that's what
X
I'm
oil.
saying. When you're not feeling well, it makes for a great scent. But Glenn, you're different because you also like the smell of petrol.
That is true. actually.
So you're
And
the
glue.
odd one
Yeah.
out here. And glue. There you go. All right, Dr. Jerry.
well, anyways, whatever that works for the kids, right? So they can have that, or they, for adults would be that cup of coffee where you smell the cup of coffee. Yeah. Something very comforting, something that you need, well, whether it's comforting or something that you need to pick yourself up. So usually the mentholy smells, the mints and all the peppermints, it just wakes the body up a little bit more.
You know what other smell is awesome? The smell of
What?
belacan.
Ooh.
Oh my
Oh,
That one really wakes you up.
That'll wake you up, man.
That will
yeah.
keep you awake, boy.
I've got to say, when I was studying, the smell that I used to like was bandung.
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 Wow.
That's such a
Yeah.
subtle smell. Bandung, as in rose
No, it's
syrup
that
with
syrup.
with,
rose
with
syrup
milk.
smell. Yeah, it's that rose syrup smell.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe
very
you used
subtle.
to drink
It's
it a lot.
condensed milk,
when-
lah, that's
I
why.
used to drink it a lot.
you used to drink it a lot. That's probably why
And
you
it was
like it.
very comforting when I was studying to have a glass of bandung.
Actually, with the light on you right now on the Big Show TV, you look like Bandung as well,
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Thank you.
You're in the pink of health.
right?
I'm in the pink of
Yes, you are. Yes,
That's awesome.
It's like trolls.
Yeah.
What about you, Jerry? What kind of smells do you like?
I love my coffee,
Okay.
but today I'm drinking something that is really yummy. It's chamomile with honey and vanilla from the Twinings tea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
chamomile. Yeah.
Today,
so-
today I am having
vanilla.
lemongrass and ginger.
Oh,
Oh.
really nice.
It smells like a Thai spa.
Yeah, right. And why not?
Today I'm having gin and tonic.
Hey, okay.
That's the way. That's the spirit of the
Spirit.
gin and tonic with some coffee in it as well.
With a side of coffee. Yeah.
With a splash of coffee. Bailey coffee is nice.
It is.
No.
We're on air now, by the way. I'm letting you all know,
Okay.
right?
Isn't it
on
World
air.
Beer Day or something?
Now we know what Jerry likes.
Ah,
Bailey's Irish cream.
we're on air, by the way.
Hey, are we on air?
Yeah.
I thought we were on Facebook Live.
No, we're still on air.
Oh my god!
The next time
sorry
we
about
see you,
that.
Jerry, you get a B-52. How about that?
Okay, we're on the radio. Folks, this is what happens when we're on Facebook Live. We just completely forgot. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move along right now. Here's Brett Anderson and Gang Suede with Beautiful Ones on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3.
Okay, so you went to smell. We only got to the third
Touch.
one.
Oh.
Smell. Yeah.
Okay, remember later when we go back on the radio, we can do the
the
rest of it, which
again?
is two more, right?
Baileys.
No.
Yeah, two more.
Two more.
C and here, yeah.
Yeah, so but
Okay.
we can talk about it right now though. Later
Oh,
we'll repeat
you want
it.
to
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah,
I
why not?
insert the different personalities. So there are different personalities or different studying personalities. There's the consistent worker, who we know that it means what it means, right? If the student studies consistently, there's the last minute prep. And that's perfectly fine. I got a shock of my life because my son says, "Oh, today I'm gonna do this, three topics," and I was like, shouldn't you have been doing that the last few weeks where I've been bugging and nagging and nagging? And he goes, no, studying should be 1 week before the exams. And I was like, huh?
What?
I got a heart attack while driving him to school this morning. And I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about studying tips today.
And I can't even control my own children.
But he says, and this is what he said, right? He said, but that's how I study. And I was like, okay, you try your style. If it works for you, it works for you.
So that's considered last minute?
I
A
would
week
think
before?
so.
Yeah, that was me as well.
I
1
think
week
a
before.
lot of us were like that.
I think a lot of people were cramming at the end.
Because, I mean, this might surprise you, but I forget quite easily. So, so even when I was in school, it's like 1 week before, it's perfect. I'll just memorize everything. I'll unload it during the exams. And then after that, I'll ask, what happened? I don't remember anything else.
You have bad memory or you have selective memory?
I have selective memory.
There you
Selective
go.
bad memory.
Selective.
Thanks, Sean.
No problem.
Thank you.
Don't forget about this. It's okay.
He's like Dory.
It's okay. Sometimes Dory, is quite charming too.
Dory's
Aw.
the cutest.
Aw, she
Dory's
just
the
got you
best.
charming.
I like that.
You're a fish.
Always
man.
seeing the good in me.
Anyways, the other personalities, right? Are there only examinations then study. That means anything else, whether it's quizzes, whether it's tests, they don't study. So they were the ones that really got annoyed when there are so many weighted assessments, because then they have to consistently study, which they are very angry and very annoyed about. The other one is the ones that do a lot of practice papers. They just go to the different schools, they would buy the different papers and they would just do, and you stare at them and go, you mean there are some more papers? It's not just what the teacher gave us? And they go, yeah. The other school also has this, and whichever other school, which is quite stressful if you look at them. Then go ahead.
But are these the parents giving them? I mean, these are the parents teaching them these styles, or are these styles that kids sort of mold into?
They are exposed to all the different styles, right? Because in an institution you have all the different personality types there, and you talk to your friends, and they will tell you, okay, I have this to do, I have that to do. They share tips, they share notes. Yeah.
And what works for one doesn't work for all.
No, and that's why I'm listing it out, because it's important for us to know that there are so many different personality types. The last one is the notes compilation, student. They just write notes, and then you ask them.
That's Angel.
So go.
Currently, I have no pen and paper in front of me.
Yeah, but Angel still has these notebooks. She likes writing.
Yes, I love,
writing
no,
stuff
I love
down.
writing. Yeah, I feel I remember better with writing.
Yeah,
Well, it's scientifically proven you will remember more writing
More when you
stuff.
write. Yeah.
Yeah, but these group of kids, right? So I've got one of them who says, I haven't finished compiling my notes. If I say how many times, so now I wasn't up, right? I will ask, how many times have you rewritten your notes? So they just write and they compile. I say, shouldn't you practice already? No. I need to, write down the main points, which can be quite stressful. But these are the best people to go to if you have missed
anything.
You missed the lecture, and your notes are in a mess. You go to these people.
$10 before I give you my notes.
So 5 different personalities I've just listed. I'm sure there are more, but not one better than the other, just different personalities.
How about the one that just wings it?
That's me.
Doesn't do any sort of studying or anything.
Is
just
anyone
wings it.
surprised? That Sean has said that.
But Sean goes for classes, right? Or do you attend class also?
No, I go. I mean, my body is there, lah.
He's an adult now. It's
My
very
mind
different.
is not there. Oh yeah, when I was in school, I mean, when you're in school, you always have to be in school. but just never really studied or learned anything.
You just wanted to have fun.
Yes. I was very
So it's kind of like
mischievous.
now you were physically there, but your mind was never there.
True.
There you go. Right?
Always
Kind
head
of
up in the
same.
clouds. Daydreaming.
No, but the thing is, some of them, they actually are in school and they are listening. So Sean probably is listening, right? Just that, you might not take notes, you might not learn like how everybody else learns. But when it comes to the exams, you can deliver or you can deliver a little bit because you have listened.
She just lowered her standards for me.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit.
Teasing
Maybe.
you.
That's okay.
Okay, we're going to go back on air with a traffic update. Good morning, Singapore. Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. All right, I just want to... I think I spoke to Angel and FD and Shaun about this, but I'm going to mention it right now, okay? So maybe starting tomorrow, during the big show, you can WhatsApp us on 88550913. That's 88550913, and ask us anything.
Oh.
All right? Just thought it'd be
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
Anything whatsoever. I mean, you can
About
be,
us?
No, you can. I
Anything.
mean, if you want to ask Angel something, you can. If you want to ask Shaun, just ask us anything you want. I mean, we don't have to answer every single question, right? But it'll be interesting to see, what our fans have on their minds with regard to us.
What
as a
people
team.
want to know.
Yeah, so you can ask us
Okay.
anything. All right.
Okay.
You can ask me anything because I have the answers for everything. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, today the spotlight is on Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. We've been talking about sensorial studying. Jerry?
Yes, and we were talking about 5 different senses. So we talked about taste, what kind of foods we enjoy eating when we are studying. Touch, what kind of sensations we need when we are studying. So the belly flop, I've known quite a number of guys that do the belly flop.
Must be so uncomfortable.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
But I can imagine for touch, you can also mean like the fidget thing, the
Spinners.
the gadget, the spinners,
Yes,
as well as the
yes.
pens. I
Yes.
used to twist my pen a lot. What is that? It's a ball.
Yeah, it's a
The
furry
fluffy ball.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The
So
pom-pom.
some of them, enjoy having a little. Oh,
What?
FD has one.
FD's got a fidget pen.
Yeah,
Whenever,
nice.
whenever I get stuck with a problem, this comes up.
No, there you go.
I-
Glenn's looking
have
for something now.
I have something. You
Sure.
guys know what?
Oh, the little cat.
Oh,
Are we on air now?
That
Yes,
is
we are.
visual. So that one would be visual rather than tactile.
Tactile.
And the visual one is okay. Yes, thank you, Glenn. So you have that little hand that goes up and down, and some of the students love to just play something on screen and just let it run without the sound. It's distracting enough
Oh, right.
with the visual.
Okay.
Some of them have their pets with them, and when the little pets disappear from the room, they get very annoyed because they have to see the pet inside their room or near them. Yep. And we
Okay.
have messy rooms or messy tables or neat tables. And those that like the messy table, please don't pack the table, because when you pack it, they don't know how to organize the mess in their heads and they cannot study.
Okay.
Yep. Sometimes it's another friend that is there, So you have like the study groups. So the study groups, there's someone there. It's not as if they are talking all the time, but they're just comfortable that someone else is there accompanying them to study. What kind of sensations do you like when you're studying?
I think I'm the pen spinner.
Oh, okay.
I used to like rotating my pen. Yeah, tactile.
And then we talked about the smell. So we went through like the different smells, like the X oil and the Vicks. And the last one is sometimes we need to hear something just to have something in the background. So it could be white noise, it could be loud music, it could be even, a voice that is there. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Jerry, when I was in primary six, I used to do school from 7:30 to 1. Tuition started at 6 in the afternoon, at 2 in the afternoon, and went on till 7 at night. That was my day, 5 days a week.
And still, you didn't become a minister.
But my tuition teacher, my mathematics tuition teacher, taught me something with music. When I couldn't do a sum or something, she would always have music playing in the background. And when she helped me solve the problem, she said, "What song was playing?"
Oh wow! So
So
you're
whenever
linking
I
it.
reached a jam in a paper, I would go back and search songs to help me solve the problem.
Wow.
So it's correlating what was
So I was
happening at the time.
correlating sound to the problem.
Association.
And that's why you became a DJ at the
And
end.
that's why I became a DJ. I don't know if that is what, now that I think about it, is that what really started me with my love for music? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But
That's
it's
awesome.
interesting when you were talking about it. It just came back to me.
Lovely. It's such a lovely memory.
Yeah.
So the association of, something. So a sensation can help you to remember, a taste can help you to remember something tactile. So even for the little ones, even for the teens, we would say if you need something that you need to bring into the examination hall that is not a cheating tool, we will write that memo for you. Yeah.
I always had to have my girlfriend next to me when I was studying.
So was that tactile? Was it? Or tactile, smell, hearing, and everything else all rolled into one?
I would say everything rolled into one. Thanks. Okay.
Oh, dear.
All right.
Okay,
Jerry.
Any last words,
Yes.
Jerry?
Yes. So for those students that are, really struggling and have all the different challenges, especially the learning disorders, I'm stealing a little piece from Michelle Obama, and she says, you should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it is important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you send me that quote, because that was a lot. It didn't it didn't register that.
He already
didn't write
lost
down.
focus within those 15 seconds.
Yeah. I'm just being honest.
Next
Thanks,
week,
Dr. Jerry.
no worries. Next week we shall process grief.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Have a wonderful day ahead.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.